Okay, so we move on to question 3a now. We're told to simplify 6x minus 3 by 2x minus 1. Okay, so we've one expression, 6x minus 3, by another expression, 2x minus 1. So to do this, we need to ensure that every term in expression 1, 6x minus 3, gets multiplied by every term in expression 2, 2x minus 1. To do this, I'm going to take the first term of the first bracket, 6x, and I'm going to multiply it by the second expression, 2x minus 1. I'm then going to take the second term of the first bracket, including the sign, and again multiply that by the second expression, 2x minus 1. 6x by 2x is 12x squared. 6x by minus 1 is minus 6x. Minus 3x by 2x is minus 6x. And negative 3 by negative 1 is positive 3. Okay, I'm now going to look and see, is there anything I can simplify? Have I any like terms? Well, we have minus 6x and subtract another 6x. They are like terms. So we've got 12x squared minus 6x, subtract another 6x is minus 12x plus 3. Let's move on to part B. Solve for x. 3x squared plus 11x equals 4. Okay, so we've got a quadratic expression here. We need to have a 0 on the right-hand side. So 3x squared plus 11x equals 4. I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides of the equals, and I get 3x squared plus 11x, subtract 4 equals 0. So we now have a quadratic trinomial. So we're going to factorize this first before we solve it. So factors of 3x squared are 3x and x. Factors of, now we need factors of minus 4 that will sum to 11 when the outside terms are multiplied by each other and the inside terms are multiplied by each other. So let's look at the factors of minus 4. We have 1 by minus 4, minus 1 by 4, 2 by minus 2, and minus 2 by 2. Okay, now looking at what we have, the factors are 3x minus 1 and x add 4. And if we want to do our check, the outside terms, 3x by 4 is 12x. Inside terms multiplied by each other, minus 1 by x is minus x. We sum them, we get 11x, which is the middle term of the trinomial. Therefore, we know we are correct. Okay, so now we take each factor and let each factor equal 0 and solve for x. So we have 3x minus 1 equals 0 or x add 4 equals 0. Okay, so looking at 3x minus 1, I first isolate the x term by adding 1 to each side. So I get 3x equals 1. And now divide by 3 to get the value of 1x, x equals a third. Now I look at x plus 4 equals 0, and I subtract 4 from both sides to give me x equals minus 4. So our two solutions are x equals a third and x equals minus 4. That moves us on to part C. Factorize 5x squared minus, 5x cubed minus 10x squared. Okay, so we have two terms. We can't use the difference of two squares because neither 5 is a square number nor 10, and we have x cubed. So therefore, we've just got to take out what is a common factor to each term. Common between 5 and 10 is 5. The highest common factor of x cubed and x squared is x squared. So I factorize out 5x squared, and now I divide through by 5x squared. 5x cubed divided by 5x squared is x. 10x minus 10x squared divided by 5x squared is minus 2. Okay. That moves us on to question 4. Find the roots of the equation 2x squared minus 7x minus 6 equals 0. Give your answer to two decimal places. Now, the fact that we're told to give our answer to two decimal places means that we won't be able to use the method we used for question 3 part B, which was the method of factorization. We must use the quadratic formula given in the maths tables as minus b equals plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, where a is the coefficient of x squared, which is 2, b is the coefficient of x, which is minus 7, and c is the c is the constant, which is minus 6. So we now fill in our formula. Minus b, well, minus 7 plus or minus the square root of minus 7 squared minus 4 times 2 times minus 6 all over twice a 2 2's. Okay, so minus 7 gives positive 7, plus or minus the square root of minus 7 squared is 49, minus 4 by 2 is minus 8, minus 8 by minus 6 is positive 48, all over 2 2's are 4. Simplifying what's under the sword, we get 7 plus or minus the square root of 97 over 4. Okay, so the square root of 97 is
newsletter club will take place
7 plus or minus 9.848857 all over 4, and that gives us x equals 4.21 or x equals minus 0.71. And that is question 4 completed.